What's up? And just like that, happy November. We are in the thick of it in this fall season. It is nice and chilly out here right now. So today I'm out here focusing on a couple things for fall preparation. And I want to tell you a little bit about my mindset and my approach, as well as what I'm doing today. So let's get after it. So just like my last video, of course, I'm going to mow the lawn at the height that I want it to be at this winter. It is so important to do this because if you've ever heard it before, you want the lawn to be a little bit shorter than your average through the warmer months to hopefully prevent snow mold. So snow mold happens over the winter. We get a lot of snow, and if the grass is too tall, it leans over and then it kind of suffocates itself. It's kind of like if you put a whole bunch of leaves on there, leave it all winter, that grass, it's dead come springtime. So you don't want that. So essentially that's why I continue to mow shorter as I get closer and closer to the end of the season, and mulch up leaves, which we can see over here. We got leaves falling from this tree, got those mulched up. But as you can also tell, it is also a never-ending thing because all of those have fallen since I've mowed. And luckily last weekend we put down our fertilizer, and just like they expected, we got a little bit of rain, so it got nice and watered in. That is the last bit of fertilizer for the season. So now we're going to focus on landscaping and mowing. So we've got the mowing done for today. As you can see, we got some plants back here that are looking rough, right? And essentially what that means is that they have shot all of their energy to the root zone. These are free to start cutting back. They are no longer serving me any purpose when it comes to looking good in the landscape this year. The good news with these and a lot of other plants that we cut back in the fall is that I'm going to cut these nice and short, but they're going to pop right back up in the spring and look so beautiful. Now these, on the other hand, these are an interesting story. So I could cut these back now in the fall, or I can cut them back in the spring. Either one, it doesn't really matter. What I like to do is take like Google Gemini, if I don't know what something is, or ChatGPT, take a video or a photo of it, and that'll essentially tell me what it is and how to take care of it or how to prune it. So what I know from this, from Google Gemini, is that it can be cut now in the fall or early spring. It just needs to be cut back before new growth starts in the spring next year. So I'll just go ahead and spoil it for you. As you can see, there's a road back here. I'm going to be keeping these up throughout the winter time because that helps with the noise dampening throughout the winter time. If I were to cut these, it looks better, but you can hear a little bit more of that road noise. And the other thing to take into consideration, honestly, is just nature. So this serves as a good, healthy, warm environment for a lot of different insects, bugs, things like that that our environment needs. So the longer I keep this up and like this, the more that those can survive into next year. So spring cut down it is for these, but everything else, let's get to cutting. So you could beg the question, well, why don't I just wait and cut these for good environmental reasons? Well, I know that these are a little bit more temperamental. So if I don't cut these now, they're not going to bloom very well in the spring next year. Again, that's why I love Google Gemini to help me out with the landscaping, because I am not good with what I have in my landscaping and taking care of it. And just like that, we are done for today. There's still more to do, don't get me wrong. But first, let's touch on the mindset of kind of how I approach today. So here in Indiana, the sun's out for the first time today, and it's starting to get kind of decently warm, like maybe upper 50s right now. But I approach every single time I get out in the lawn, let's just say November 1st and on, as would I be okay going into the winter if this was my last time out in the lawn? Meaning last time I cut the grass, last time I can cut some things down in the landscaping, would I be okay if it snowed tomorrow and I couldn't get back out here, right? Because that is a very high chance here in Indiana. So if you live in a place where that is highly likely that you could do something out in the lawn one day and it's going to snow the next, I would highly suggest that you take this into consideration when you're doing kind of the fall prep into the winter time. So I know I have a couple grassy things that I haven't cut back yet, but I also know, using Gemini and some other resources, right, those things are gonna be okay if I cut them back in the spring, early spring, before they start sprouting again next year. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean I'm going to be done next week out here in the lawn. I am the type of person that if this grass is growing, I'm mowing. And I have mowed into early December before. So I will continue to do that if things are growing. Now, I do know that this grass, it is starting to slow down with growth. I did cut a little bit off today, but really it was more of a maintenance mow, mulch up some leaves. Still got more to do. Last couple hours, more fell. But anyways, it's just all about being ready at any moment in time come winter. So I hope that helped. Hope you learned something. If you did, let me know down in the comments what it was. I really appreciate you watching. As always, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and a lot more to come this year. We will see you in the next video. Peace.